Another fast-paced development, this time coming up from the LAC in Ladakh. Another flare-up at the LAC. That's a line of actual control. Yesterday, a combined patrol of ITBP and the Indian Army in the Ladakh region had objected to a Chinese construction. This was because the construction was perceived as being on the Indian side. Subsequently, sources informed this work was demolished by the Indians. As a response to that, the Chinese have now stationed a huge force at the location near Birdsea, and there is tension at the border as of now. Officials in the Army and ITBP are unwilling to comment on this. Jugal Purohit, my colleague, is bringing us more details on this from the newsroom. Jugal, after relatively few calm months at the LAC in Ladakh, now once again it seems that the tension is flaring up. Bring us the details.
Well, Ankit, we are talking about a location which essentially there is no border which is demarcated between India and China. The whole of McMahon line, as India mentions it to be, is something that China does not accept. So we are essentially talking about a place where there is no border per se. What has taken place in this particular instance is that the Indian side objected to a construction taking place on what the Indian side believed was on our side of the line of actual control, and it was subsequently demolished yesterday, on account of which there was a build-up which was taking place since yesterday afternoon. Now, I'm given to understand that at present the number of troops between our side and their side are actually numbering more than 200 to 300. Of course, the Chinese responded to this demolition by actually posting a huge contingent of their border guarding forces, which was obviously met in same response by the Indian side, consisting of the Indian Army and ITBP. But Ankit, we must also remember that this is a border where not a single shot has been fired for almost 2 to 3 decades. There are mechanisms in place which include border talks as well as hotlines. So it's now a matter of resolving the issue. And yes, if history is something to go by, then we do have a situation where there has been calm and not really firing which has taken place.
Thank you so much, Jugal, for bringing us those details on this latest flare-up between India and China.